wanted to make this video real quick to speak about street theater in regards to gang stalking and targeted individuals. So today, it was just an observation that I had, and I just wanted to make a video on it. So today I was just going on a morning jog, just a little jog, and there's this street that I usually cut onto. It's a left. So I normally go out my street, then I take a right, then I go straight for a little bit, then I take a left, and it's like this street that I usually always take on my route, or one of my routes. And I saw some street theater. Now you might think that, oh well, there's just construction, or they're fixing the road, and honestly that is plausible. That is honestly a something that could potentially be actually happening. But part of it too is that it's street theater. Part of it is that, yeah, they might just be actually fixing something, but it's utilized as a gang stalking tactic, if that makes sense. So they use this narrative that they're fixing something, when in reality it's just street theater. And the thing about street theater is that it's not designed to just agitate targeted individuals. Targeted individuals are just gang stalked on an extremely heavy level, but you need to understand what I'm starting to understand, actually, and I'm starting to realize, is that the whole noise pollution campaign, there's levels to this. There's levels to this gang stalking business, and because it is a business, because literally people are paid to harass others, so obviously it's like a pyramid. And you have your little workers at the bottom, and obviously you have your management at the top, and you have the head honchos at the top, which they're obviously, I'm not going to say who they are. I feel like we can put two and two together, or you can put two and two together as to who that is. But yeah, so the street theater, and this is just an observation, right? So going back to the observation I had, so the observation was just that as I was going by cars, right? I was going by cars because I was already agitated. I was like, okay, we got this street theater business. Obviously, I put my headphones on so I don't have to listen to that nonsense, to the noise pollution, and it just disturbs me. It disturbs my flow. And it's all designed to do that. It's designed to disturb your flow, disturb your peace. It's like, I'm about to take this left on this route. Oh, now I got to go take a different route. It's like, nah, I'm going to keep taking this route because it's my route. It's the route that I became accustomed to. And I'm personally not going to let a little street theater get in the way of that. I'm just not going to let that happen. But anyways, so yeah, as I was going by cars, I could just see it on people's faces. Like, I could see their agitation. I could see the agitation in other people's faces. Like, as I was going by their cars on my run/walk, I could see the agitation in their faces. I could see the way they were, just like the body language. I could see that they were agitated. Like, I could just sense it. Like, they were just pissed. And look, I'm not saying they were just pissed at the street theater. Maybe they were honestly just triggered by me. I don't know why. Maybe they were just triggered by me looking at them, observing them. But I honestly feel as though it was in part, it was the street theater. It was the fact that they think they're just going to go to work. They might already be a little bit upset at the fact that they even have to go to work, which is reasonable, because I think we all get a little bit pissed. We all get a little burnt out at times, so we have to go work these jobs. This is for a separate video, but we have to go work these fucking jobs. And obviously no one really wants to work these jobs, but we live in this society where you have to work these jobs if you want to, quote unquote, survive. And yeah, but so it's like, yeah, you're already in a bit of a state of agitation because you got to wake up and you realize you got to go to fucking work. So people are already in that state. Now they have to deal with this. On top of that, some people might be running late. Now they have to deal with this unexpected turn of events. And it's all designed to get loosh out of you, right? When it comes down to it, it's designed to get loosh out of you, because loosh is what feeds the demiurge, right? That negative energy. They want that negative energy to be circulating around. I feel as though that is part of it. They want negative energy to be circulating around so that no one actually ever feels uplifted or empowered. And even if there is that one empowered individual, it's almost like now you become targeted, and now you become so overwhelmed with the negative energy that you become one like them, right? You become like them. I know because like I know what it's like to be in that, you know, you're in that joyful state. You're in that joyful state, you're in that high vibrational state, and then I go out and then I get overwhelmed with negative energy, right? It's like I try giving my positive energy out, and then I get overwhelmed with that negative energy, and all of a sudden I just like feel as though I want to retreat back into my shell. Not necessarily out of fear, just out of like, fuck, man, like, damn, like I came out here with good energy, and now I'm fucking getting all this in return. Like this, fuck all that. I'm just gonna fucking like go, hell no, I'm gonna just fucking go within. Like, nah, bro, I'm keeping my energy to myself then. Because, like, what the fuck is this? Nah, just a bunch of negative energy all around, bro. It's like a bunch of negative Nancy's, man. But anyways, yeah, so you have to, I'm realizing, right? I'm realizing, understanding that the street theater is actually designed to fuck with everyone. It's not just designed to fuck with targeted individuals. It might be more heavy on you if you're a targeted individual, especially if you're actually like speaking out and speaking very much so speaking out, and you're actually like breaking free from whatever bondage that you've been put into, right? Whether that's like a dysfunctional family, a dysfunctional job, you're in the process of breaking free from that. You're not, because you're not ever going to truly be free, you know what I mean, in this society. But at the very least, you know, when you break free, for this is just an example, you break free from a dysfunctional family and you finally, let's say, just get your own place, your own job, your own little situation going together, that at that point, that will feel like freedom. And, you know, if you've been through that, you will understand what I'm saying. When you escape, and I call it escape because that's what it is. When you escape, because it literally feels like you're a captive at times. When you escape a dysfunctional family situation, you know what I mean? When you leave a dysfunctional family situation, it literally feels like freedom, bro. It feels like you can just breathe. You can finally breathe, you know what I mean? It's like, finally, I can get a breath in, you know? And this is more so the case if you are an empath. For whatever reason, you know, just out of like coincidence, it just so happens that many empaths happen to be in these family units. Like, that's very suspicious to me, that it's mostly empaths. When I hear about people in narcissistic families, you know, the black sheep and whatnot, it's mostly the empath. Mostly it's the empath that, for whatever reason, you know, the most sensitive individual, not weak, but the most sensitive to energy individual happens to be in these fucking extremely negative households. And then on top of that, you have to deal with the fucking matrix, which is also a very negative environment. You see how it's just all fucked? Like, if you're an empath, if you're a sensitive being, if you're a, as they call it, HSP, right? A highly sensitive person, which again is not a weakness. It's just you have a more sensitive nervous system. You're more sensitive to energy, right? It's just what it is. I don't want to say it's necessarily a gift from the Most High, because it could be a gift from the Most High, but at the same time, it's also, it feels like a fucking curse sometimes, because when the world is operating extremely negatively and you feel that shit, it just like becomes very difficult to even want to like go out, you know, go out just to fucking just to go out, because you know what you're going to be taking in. And it's like, fuck, you just got to learn to protect your energy, I guess. I guess that's really what it is, right? You just have to learn to protect your energy and learn to harness your gift. And, you know, it's just very difficult. I equate it to like, I don't know if, you know, like on video games, sometimes there's a sensitivity, you know, sometimes you have that sensitivity option where you can raise the sensitivity or you can lower the sensitivity. And when you're an empath, it's almost like you're playing on the highest sensitivity, right? That's literally what it's like when you, that's the only metaphor I can think of. It's not even really similar, to be honest, not really, but it's the only metaphor I can think of right now, is that when you're an empath, a highly sensitive person, it's like you're playing fucking, you know, it's like you're playing zombies, right? Call of Duty zombies, on the highest sensitivity, right? And it's just extremely difficult, because it's like the millisecond you move your joystick, it's like, oh shit, like you're over here. It's like that's the only way I can equate it, right? Those senses, like your senses are extremely raised, heightened. You have very heightened senses, and it's just like you can't do anything about it. But I'm getting off topic, so I'm gonna finish the video on what I originally was talking about.